All right, I have some exciting news to share with everyone today. I just added another income stream to my business, and I do not say this lightly when I say this is going to be the most passive income stream that I have ever created as quickly as I created it. And what do I mean by that? Well, years and years and years and years ago, many, many moons ago, I was a blogger, and that was passive income after the blog was created. However, it took months, 6 to 8 months to create the content, get pages ranked, start getting that search traffic so I could earn commissions, which made it hard to scale as well. This particular income stream, it's been 5 days and it's already up and running without a website. I'm not creating content on social media. I don't have to buy anything to do it. And it's going to generate passive income for the foreseeable future. So that's pretty exciting. That's what we're going to start off the show with today. We're going to go into specifics of that. But first, I want to say hi to my podcast partner, Andre Germchef. How the heck are you today?
Hey Brian, how's it going? Everything's
It's
good for me. A little tired because I just told you we went to Santa's Wonderland here in Texas. It's 3 hours away from me. Well, almost like 3 hours and a half probably. We were there all day yesterday and then we made it back late last night. So this morning I was like, I'm not ready, but here I am.
you did the round trip, the 1 day round trip from San Antonio over to Santa's Wonderland in it's College Station, right? Near College Station, Texas.
Yep, it's like 20 minutes from College Station.
Yeah, it's cool. I've heard a lot about it. We have some friends. The gentleman actually is alumni of Texas A&M, so they've been to Santa's Wonderland because they're familiar with that area. They say it's really cool. You enjoyed yourself. Your daughter enjoyed it and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, it's huge. It's huge. They have a lot of food, so we ate. They have the fake snow. They have the horseback riding, the ponies, the petting zoo, the tube sliding in the snow. So you have so many things. The hay rides. There's so much activities to do. There's live music, amazing food. It was a great time.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you had a good time. I know this episode's probably being aired in January, but it's being filmed a few days before Christmas. So trust me, it makes sense to the listener. We're not crazy. We're not going to Santa's Wonderland on January 3rd or whatever. But yeah, that's really cool. That's what I love about Texas. If we don't have something, we'll build it. If we don't have snow, we'll make it. You know what I mean? So that's a cool experience for the kids too.
Yeah, but getting there was awesome because you see the back countries like east of Austin, and it's just farms and farms. We drove by a highway and there was nothing but farms, and then we saw a farm full of buffaloes, and I never seen that. Like it was just insane. I never seen that, to be honest. And I was like, what? Are those cows from far away? But no, they were buffaloes, and I was like, oh damn, I
Yeah,
never
that's
seen that before.
cool. Yeah, we were up in when COVID hit in 2020 that summer, we're like, well, what are we going to do for our vacation? So we did what most people did. We got an RV, hooked it up to my truck, and we drove to Colorado for a little while. But we stopped at Caprock Canyons, which is also in Texas, a state park in Texas, which I highly recommend. It's beautiful, but they have I think they're bison. They have bison in there. And the only thing I know about bison is if you're in an area with a lot of bison, first of all, stay in your truck or in your vehicle because they look docile, but they could probably mess you up. But the other thing I noticed was there was poop everywhere. I mean, just big old
Wow.
heaping piles of turds. So they must eat a lot and excrete a lot. So, but other than that, really cool, huh?
What was the name of the state park you just mentioned?
It's called Cap Rock Canyon. So the one that gets all the press is Palo Duro Canyon, and
Okay.
somewhere up in the North Texas, maybe near Amarillo. I don't remember exactly where Palo Duro is, but Caprock Canyon is a little closer to us here in Dallas. So I assume it's going to be a little closer to you in San Diego, but or in San Antonio, excuse me. But it's amazing. I mean, you pull in, you take a trailer in, you can camp, and then you can drive through this winding road that's in the state park. And when the sun hits just right, all the rocks are like reds and oranges, and it's just beautiful. It's like a whole nother world. And they have bison everywhere, so it's really cool. They
Wow.
come. I mean, they pretty much come right up to the truck or the vehicle. They get pretty close, so it's exciting. We liked it a
Wow.
lot.
Yeah. Yeah. The reason why I asked that because for spring break, we're trying to go somewhere around the area, just to not fly anywhere, but just like drive somewhere to a state park or something. So I recently just booked a trip to the Big Bend National Park, which is 7 hours south of San
Yeah.
Antonio. But yeah, we go like it's gonna be glamping. So we go like a dome. You
Hmm.
can see the stars, and it says the darkest skies in Texas. So we're super excited about that.
Yeah, my friends, the same ones actually who I was talking about A&M and College Station, they actually in the family have a ranch in that area. And it's it's in the middle of nowhere. It's like 45 minutes from a main road. You have to actually drive through a very shallow, but you have to drive through a river to get there. It's the only way to access it. But that's what they talk about. They talk about the night sky, and it's in that same area. There's no lights. I mean, there's no light pollution. So
Mhm.
I'm excited for you. I mean, you want to see like stars. We're talking, you'll see Milky Way, you'll see the satellites, you're going to see all that stuff. So that's really cool. We want to go down there sometime as well.
Yeah, maybe you should join us for spring break. I don't know if you have any trips planned.
Yeah, we've been talking about it. We've got it narrowed down. There's a part of us that wants to go back to Hawaii, and then there's a part of us that wants to go to, I think it's St. Thomas. I don't know. My wife's kind of in charge of
St. Thomas.
getting everything together. I just have to pay for it, stuff like that. But yeah, we might go there. We might go back to the Bahamas and try one of the other resorts there. So we got plans going. But yeah, I mean, I want to go down there. We should make
Nice.
a trip down there sometime. I'll let you do the research, and then you can get back to me and say, is it worth it? If it is, maybe we can plan something.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. So, Brian, what is this new
Yeah.
passive income business that you just are excited about?
Yeah, it's crazy. So let's, speaking of research, right? That's kind of what we did the other day. We had an episode, it was episode number 60, I believe, of the Evolved Marketing Podcast, where we had some guests on who had put together a little program that was helping people get approved for what is called the Amazon Influencer Program. So what this is Amazon has become one of the bigger search engines, right? When you want to find a product, you don't search Google and then go and click over to Amazon. You pretty much just go to Amazon. You start doing your research. Hey, I need an air compressor. I needed an air compressor the other day, so I did my research on Amazon. I needed a battery charger for my camera the other day, so I did my research on Amazon. So Amazon's really been focused on search for years and years and years because they realize people need to search for products, get their information, read reviews. So they've really done a great job with their search engine, their on-site search engine. But what they're also starting to realize is people are making their buying decisions based on influencers, right? The people on Instagram who, show their life and talk about product reviews. They know that a lot of traffic is coming from the influencers. Well, the problem with that though is if the way the Amazon commission structure is, if you're not a huge influencer with 100,000 plus followers, it's really hard to make any money. You just don't have the following to be able to generate that much traffic. But Amazon taking notice is like, wow, that's a pretty good idea. That makes us a lot of money. Let's steal that, so to speak. So maybe a little while ago, maybe a year, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, they started allowing influencers to actually post content on Amazon. And this is really cool because it makes it more interactive. People are searching for a product. They can go down to the bottom of the product page and they can see someone who actually purchased it, describe it, give the features, show different functionalities, and that helps people make a buying decision, usually to buy, and that makes Amazon more money. So the guests that we had on for episode 60, some of them, one of them was a longtime Amazon seller. One of them is a longtime marketer and affiliate marketer. And they were talking about how they got into this Amazon influencer program. And it's very simple. You take products that are around your house, that are in your garage, that you've already purchased, and you do a quick review of them. It can be you in front of the camera from your phone talking about it, or you can just simply point the camera at the product and list some features and benefits and your experience with it. Well, then you can post those directly on Amazon. So what you're doing now is you're getting your content on Amazon and people are coming from Amazon. The traffic's already there and they're watching your video. Well, if they watch your video and then go make a purchase, Amazon's going to pay you a commission. They're incentivizing average everyday folks like myself to post content on Amazon. And I did it after listening to their stories and the income potential and the long-term growth potential and how you don't have to have websites. You just post the content directly to Amazon and let them give you the traffic. I was like, why am I not doing this? I mean, seriously, it takes 45 seconds to shoot a video. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. Let me see how to get approved. They gave me a lot of great information on how to get approved. And that's what I'm excited to say today, Andre. I've been approved after 5 days and I'm live. I am now eligible to earn on-site commissions.
Nice. So you went through the 3 video approval period, right?
I did. Yeah.
Nice.
That's what first you have to get approved for stage one. And that's what I did. I used one of my social media accounts, which didn't have a ton of followers, but it had decent engagement. Like people were leaving comments, they were liking the video. And I connected that to Amazon, and Amazon said, cool, we'll take it. We'll use this social media account. You can become an influencer. Now what you have to do is you have to upload 3 sample videos, if you will, sample reviews, and then they have an actual person look at it. So I did that on, let me go ahead and pull up my dashboard here really quickly so we can look at it together. I did that on uploaded my first video on the 14th of December, and I got approved yesterday, which was the 18th of December. And what happened here is there was a little bar up here that said upload your 3 videos, and then it was like a waiting period. And this button right here where it says earned on-site commissions, it had a little lock over it. Well, when I checked this morning bright and early, it was unlocked and I'm eligible to earn commissions. So hopefully I'll start getting views. Hopefully people will start buying stuff after they watch my videos, and hopefully I'll start earning commissions. Now, I do know that this reporting is a couple days late. It can be up to 48 hours. So I'm really excited in the next couple of days to see what kind of traffic I'm getting and what kind of conversions I'm getting. And then from there, it's just upload more videos, all the crap I've bought over the last 6 to 12 months, right?
Yeah, and something that pops up also is the congratulations, you being approved with like the little confetti. Did you get that the notification as well?
You know what? I didn't see that. So I got gypped because that's always a fun thing. I missed that. So I just noticed it wasn't locked anymore. And that's when I got excited. So maybe I missed that.
There you go. Yeah, usually it pops up. Maybe you refresh the screen or something. But I remember when I did my first 3 videos too. First of all, I got denied 2 times, okay? But then the third time was the charm. So I was able to get approved on the third time. And I went on my computer, I opened my laptop, and then that notification was right there, big and bright. So I was like, hell yeah, like it finally worked. But yeah, that sucks that you didn't get it. But hey, it doesn't matter. You're approved. You can get a screenshot from that from that thing somewhere else, and you're good to go. Now you're gonna go full on, like go to your garage, get all the items that you have, all the products that you have, and then start making videos, basically, right? And they have to be short. They're not even more than a minute long.
Yeah. And I mean, it's so easy. I mean, it's easy. And you don't have to like that's the thing, social media to a funnel that's automated. I mean, that's pretty passive, but let's be honest. If you don't continuously create content, continuously attract new eyeballs, right? Like that's the game with the type of affiliate marketing and marketing that we do, Andre. It's keeping it fresh and bringing more traffic into our funnels. But this is completely different. I mean, you post a video and you're done. And there's no stressing about whether or not it's optimized because Amazon's going to figure out what's good and what's not and what gets people to buy and what doesn't, just based on raw emotion and like people just giving like their honest feedback. And that's what they want. They want the influencers right there on Amazon so people can go over there, check it out. And once again, they're incentivizing you by paying you commissions. So if someone watches my video and then goes and buys something, I'm making money. I mean, it's crazy. It's the most absurd thing I've ever seen that works with a reputable brand. So yeah, I'm super excited about it. You can see I did a couple of more review videos, and I'm just going to keep pumping these things out because literally, you can just point your phone at a product and talk about it, kind of like a voiceover. I saw some videos that are just basically people not even talking, just showing how the product works. I bought an air compressor and I checked some of the videos, and it's literally people they set up their phone next to their tire, they plug in the air compressor, they hook the up to the valve, and they set the pressure, and then they turn it on. And that's their 35-second video. And if it's showing it to me, that means they're getting views. So if I were to watch that and go buy it, that person's going to make a commission.
And the cool thing about it is that those videos are going to live in the Amazon platform forever. I saw a case from one of our previous guests, Adrian Brambilla, where when he got approved, he went all in. He made like 500 videos of product reviews, but then he hasn't touched it in like a year. Okay. And now we just passed Thanksgiving and Black Friday. He was making so much money from all those videos that he made a year before. So it's just crazy how he can just live in the platform. And then Amazon is really smart by doing the Prime Day, by making deals, right? So they're always bringing people back. They're channeling people that have bought in the past and bringing them back into the platform. So that's really powerful, and those videos can make you a lot of money.
That's exactly it. I mean, I'm not expecting to make millions here, but if I can make an extra $3,000, $4,000 a month, why wouldn't I? I have no idea what the potential is. I don't want to give that false information or set unrealistic expectations. But I mean, we know people are making $10,000 a month, I believe, especially during the big months and stuff like that.
Yeah, especially us that we like traveling, that could be like easy money for us to plan our trips, and because we're always going somewhere, right? So that's
That's
gonna be
right.
like extra money to spend, honestly.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, I'm actually going to New York tomorrow morning. We this is the last day of work of the holiday season for me, and we're getting on the plane tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. We're gonna do Christmas prior to Christmas. We're coming home before Christmas Day, but we're gonna see New York and Christmas. So my wife's super excited about that, and yeah, I wish I had an extra $4,000 to blow. That was basically free money, but I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, no, the kids are gonna. Did you tell the kids yet, or they're still like surprised, or because you told me it was gonna be like a surprise type of thing, right?
Yeah, no, we told them, and they just went nuts. I mean, they were super excited, so it was a lot of fun. We kept it from them for quite a while, and it was getting hard on my wife. Every day she'd be like, I just want to tell our daughters. I just want to tell her. I just want to tell her, and finally we're just like, all right, let's just let the cat out of the bag, and we did. But yeah,
So
and that
Ryan. Sorry, Ryan. You're from Michigan, right? So you've been ice skating before and all of that, right? Because I just tried ice skating for the first time, and oh my God, like that was difficult.
Oh yeah, I want to hear more about that because yeah, I grew up. We used to do it the old school way. We'd take a shovel out to the lake and we'd clear out an ice rink, and then we'd put up boards around. We'd play hockey and stuff out there. So yeah, I grew up ice skating. But yeah, I can't imagine. Even my kids, they've grown up ice skating just because there's a lot of rinks in Dallas and we're familiar with it. But yeah, first time, huh? How'd that go?
Yeah, so we went to this little place, like a Santa place. No, not Santa's Wonderland, but a different place here. It's called in Bernie, Texas. And they had an ice skating ring. And then my daughter has always wanted to do ice skating, right? So that was a perfect opportunity. We went there, we stepped foot on the ice, and like we were like deers in like when we were first born, right? Like our legs were going everywhere. And I was like, we didn't fall because I was holding her, and I have pretty good balance, I can say. But it was something so different that I never experienced before. Like it was just so weird.
Yeah, every time we do a lot of ice skating rinks when we travel because they're always in cool spots. We were in Chicago over Thanksgiving and they had an ice rink at Millennium Park there where they got the big Chicago Bean or the Cloud Gate or whatever it's called. And when we go to New York, we booked our reservations to skate in Rockefeller Center. So we always try to do that because it's a fun thing to do. It's usually in a cool setting. But I swear, every time we go somewhere and ice skate, as we're walking to the ice, there's usually someone in the first aid section over there being attended to. Like when we were in Chicago, there was this guy who I don't want to scare anybody who's never ice skated, but he fell, and I don't know if he got cut by a skate blade, but I mean, he was bleeding profusely from his hand. I was like, oh, so if that was my first time, I might have turned around. So I'm proud of you for making it on the ice. There is the bottom line there.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be so difficult. And my feet were hurting after. Like it was just maybe I'll do it again, but I don't know. I have no idea.
It's probably up
My
to your
daughter,
daughter, right? Did she love it?
well, yeah, she liked it, but she wasn't all that. She couldn't do it either. It was just like it will take practice, I guess you can say.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice. And the thing is, it doesn't matter how good you get, every now and then you can catch a little edge or something like that and you'll go down. Like my son played hockey for a little while, and so obviously he knows how to skate, but every now and then he'd be getting a little too fast or a little too crazy or trying to make a turn too fast, and you just see him go skidding across the ice. They can do that when they're young. When you start to get my age, you got to be a little more careful. You don't want to dump it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know. I want to see in the future, see what
Yeah,
happens. You know.
not making any plans anytime soon. So, well, let's talk about shift gears a little bit. And because we were having a little conversation before this podcast, and you are in the Spanish market now, which I think is really interesting for insight because I've been in the English speaking market for 12 years. So I've seen the ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and the evolution of everything. But I always like to talk to you about the Spanish market because you're teaching the native Spanish speaking audience how to do affiliate marketing. So, is it fair to say that that market is a little bit younger, so to speak, or less evolved, or is it what are you seeing in that market?
What do you mean younger? Like people doing it that are young, or like
No, no,
it's just
like
fresh out there?
it's kind of like a new concept, right? Like, oh, people are starting to catch on for the first time more. So is that something you're seeing or?
Yeah, yeah. So people are they're catching up basically, right? The
Mhm.
Spanish market is maybe like 5 to 10 years behind the English market, and I'm talking about um strategies. I'm talking about like email lists, just basic strategies. Like everything is just so far behind, and like organic marketing, everything is there. People know how to do it, but it's just way behind. The strategies that we talk about, they're not the strategies that they're doing. It's like I say, they're all strategies. You get me?
Mhm.
And the reason why I know this is because I actually invested in myself. I purchased affiliate marketing event in Spanish, where they had 20 guest speakers. It was a virtual event. They had 20 guest speakers that were affiliate marketers in the Spanish market, and they have made a lot of money, right? So in this event, they had like 20 to 30 minutes to teach something. And the things that they were teaching, they were basic stuff. And basic stuff for us, the English market. But for the Spanish market, it was great. It was great information for everybody. They knew what they were talking about. But I also knew everything they were talking about in a sense. You get me? I'm not saying that I know everything because I don't, but it's just so far back, like maybe 5 years ago. You get me? Type of
Mhm.
information. And so affiliate marketing has been out there for a long time, but they just don't do things how I'm teaching things, right? Like the things
Right.
that are gonna make them have a sustainable business in the long term.
Right. And that's great because you're teaching them stuff that's working now. You're teaching them the things that you're doing now to sustain your business, to build a business that isn't going to disappear overnight or isn't, beholden to the algorithms or so to speak. You know what I mean? Obviously that's part of marketing, but something a little bit more controllable. So what are you noticing in the market that people are struggling with? What are these beginners in the Spanish market struggling with most right now, do you think?
The main thing that people are struggling is focus. There's a lot of noise out there, a lot of noise. They think something is this, they think other business models are better than what they're doing right now. So they lose focus completely right away. And they lose focus because they see other people which are higher than them, people that have already have their credibility, they have gotten their own results. When they see those people, they try to emulate those people. And when that happens, they're not really learning, but they're jumping from here to here to here. So it's almost like shiny object syndrome. um, and I know this because there's people that tell me, well, why don't we use this, right? And I'm like, okay, well, you could use that, but that's not what I teach in my course. There's people that see other people doing different things and they try to copy the same thing. And they don't know if that's a good strategy or not. What they're noticing a lot is people that have followers. They think that just because somebody has a lot of followers, that's somebody that knows what they're doing, but in reality, not everybody knows what they're doing just because they have those followers. And that's what people look at, people look at the numbers. And I always tell them, followers is just a number. That's all it is. It doesn't mean they're making so much money just because they have that number right there.
Right, right, right. And that makes a lot of sense really because when you're new, it's you're getting information, right? You're getting a lot of information, but you don't really know how to decipher it yet because you're brand new. And that's fair. That's not a knock on anybody. That's just the way it is. And when you're new and you're trying to decipher information, everything looks amazing, right? And so that really adds to the shiny object syndrome because, I've talked about the emotional cycles of change before, and this is, a situation where you come into something, you don't know anything about it. So you have what is known as uninformed optimism. You think it's amazing because, hey, you're seeing people make money. You don't know anything about it. Let's dive into it. You start getting information, and then the next stage or the next emotional cycle of change is you get informed pessimism, where you start to see that, hey, maybe affiliate marketing has a few more pieces than just creating videos and making money. Maybe you do need a funnel. Maybe you do need to focus on your email marketing. And that's when people get to that stage. The next stage is the valley of despair. And that's where you're just thinking, oh, this isn't going to work. It's too hard. Maybe I'll go try something else. Right. And that's what triggers the shiny object syndrome. It's like, ooh, I'll go see this. This looks a lot easier. So you go back to a different business model, so to speak, or a slightly different business model where you get that sense of comfort of uninformed optimism. I don't know anything about this, but it seems better. And people just do that cycle again and again and again. They never get to the point where they start gathering information and then they get informed optimism. And then, of course, the final stage is success. Well, when you've been doing this for a long time, when your market is more evolved, you've been in the game, you've been there for a couple of years, you've seen, hey, that sounds good, but you start to think about what the other challenges might be, because every business model has challenges, and you start to progress through things a little bit more, not cautiously, but strategically. It's like, well, I'm starting to feel like this might be too hard. Let me get more information. And it seems like a lot of people who are new to this, they haven't developed that skill set yet. So
Yeah.
what are the, obviously you're teaching affiliate marketing, so you're bringing people into the funnel that are interested in affiliate marketing. What's the shiny object that is throwing people off or taking their focus, I guess I should say?
Yeah, I mean, it's happening in the English market too right now. It's the MRR, right? The master resale rights business model, because it's not, of course, the business model. And different programs now have developed master resale rights, and they have incorporated that into their program. You get me? So that's the new shiny object syndrome that I'm seeing. It works. They're making money. People are making money. But in my experience, I just don't see them promoting master resale rights business model for a long time. You get me? I don't see it being sustainable. And that's just because something that you said earlier. I don't know if you said, no, it was before we went live. You said if you haven't made money with affiliate marketing, you shouldn't jump to MRR. You get me? Because it's just gonna take you backwards. I think you should elaborate a little bit more about that, because when you said that, I was like, you're 100% right.
Yeah, and that's just a symptom of the emotional cycles of change that I was talking to you about. If you never get to the point where you have informed optimism about anything and then eventually success, then you're never going to know how to get through that valley of despair. And that's really what it comes down to. It's not that any one business is going to be easier or harder. It's just there might be less pieces. Like affiliate marketing has less pieces than an e-commerce business, but that doesn't necessarily mean one's going to be easier or harder. You got to train yourself. You got to build the muscle of getting it strong enough that could pull you through the valley of despair. And that's the unfortunate part. It's like, do I recommend master resale rights as an opportunity? Absolutely. Have I made money with it? Absolutely. Right. I'm coming up on $50,000 with it. So it's nothing to sneeze at. But the problem, I think, is it's not easier. It's just a new opportunity, right? It's not easier to make money with MRR than it is with affiliate marketing. It's just a new opportunity. And you frame opportunities. When you start to learn marketing, you frame opportunities in a certain way to make them attractive, right? Like that's our job as marketers. Well, if you've never learned how to frame whatever affiliate marketing product that you're promoting properly, then you're not going to be able to frame MRR, master resale rights, properly. It's just you haven't developed the skill yet. So I'm not saying you can't switch from one thing to the next. Sometimes that's what you need. It's like a burst of energy or something like that. But you have to learn how to frame an offer, and that's what's being lost. And I saw this with MR, which master resale rights basically burst onto the scene. It's not a new concept. It's just private label rights, white label rights. You buy something and then you resell it and keep 100% of the profit. But the problem was, is in the beginning, MRR was attached to one program. Roadmap to Riches was the first thing that came out, and people got excited about it and showed results. And they're like, I want to do MRR. I want to sell, resell. So I go buy this Roadmap to Riches course. Like, it was known, like that was the path. Well, when that buzz is happening and there's only one product tied to a business model, marketing is pretty easy. Yep, it works. Go buy this thing. But what happens is other companies catch on and they're like, well, we need to put some master resale rights or private label rights opportunity into our offer to make it more enticing. Plus, people bought Roadmap to Riches and rebranded it as their own thing. So now MRR is no longer associated with one particular product, right? There was a period in time where it was. Now it's not. So now you can't just say, hey, you want to do MRR, go buy this thing. Now you have to step back a little bit and start talking about the unique value propositions of the individual product. It's no longer just, hey, you want to do MRR, buy this thing. So in one sense, it's not going anywhere. It'll continue to work. It's not a new concept. Selling private label rights or white label products or whatever you want to call it has been around for 20 plus years. It's just you can't do the marketing the same way you could 6, 7, 8 months ago. You actually, back to the point, Andre, you actually have to know how to market. So you may as well just learn that with affiliate marketing, and you don't have to mess with taking payments and payment processors. Either one. Doesn't really matter which one you start with, but just start with one and figure out how to market, right?
Exactly. And that's something that you have a good point right there, because you're not just promoting a course anymore when you do master resale rights, right? Like now you have to have a Stripe account. Now you have to have the process hooked up to your system.io, because that's what the people are using right now. And it's just like, well, you're gonna get disputes here and there also, and now you're gonna be like, okay, what do I do with this, right? It becomes an actual business where you have everything on you, basically. You get me? Because you're selling your own product now. You have your own product basically that you're reselling it. But that's why I prefer affiliate marketing. Not at the point where I'm at, because I'm the product creator now. I'm in charge of all of that stuff. But as an affiliate marketer, you had no worries. You get me? I didn't worry about nothing. I didn't worry about delivering the product. I didn't worry about customer service. I didn't worry about, making sure my clients are happy, right? Just as an affiliate marketer. Over here, now you have so much pressure when you're doing this type of business model, because now you have to be show up for your coaching calls, I guess you can say. You have to make sure they get the product. You have to make sure the payments go through. You get me? All of that is gonna be more headaches than you think, honestly, especially if you blow up. And I don't see them keep doing this. A lot of people that go from affiliate marketing to master resale rights, they realize that there's so much more work that they have to do. Because first of all, you could promote an affiliate marketing product which is low ticket, which has a sales team in the back end that makes the sales for you, so you don't have to make sales for the high ticket. But for this product, you have to jump on calls with people, because not everybody just, yeah, $500, here you go, I'm gonna buy it. I mean, at least I talk about the Spanish market, okay? For the Spanish market, $500 is a lot of money, so they have to actually think about it. They need some type of follow-up. They need to talk to them for a long time in order for them to actually make the purchase. It takes more work, but then if you are selling a product, which, my company is $7 to get started, it's easier to make those sales and explain to them what they are gonna get themselves into. And then guess what? One day you're gonna wake up and, oh, I made a high ticket. I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't have to jump on sales calls with nobody. That's just the beauty of affiliate marketing.
Yeah, you're leveraging the product creator, which is doing all those things for you. So you can put the burden on them. So, if we just talk about like marketing, if we really dive deep into it here for a minute, Andre, this MRR opportunity is slightly different than affiliate marketing. right? It's a new opportunity. That's exactly what it is. It isn't a different affiliate program. It isn't a new hot affiliate product. It's a completely different opportunity. It has a unique value proposition. You can brand it to yourself. You can have more control over your customer purchase data, which is essential if you're going to be running ads. You can keep 100% of the profits minus the credit card fees, which is great. You know what I mean? So the way I sell this is I sell this to my email list. We talked about email earlier and the importance of building a list. I sell this as a new opportunity. Hey, did you not like this, and this with affiliate marketing? Well, maybe you're interested in this because you can do this, and this instead. And for some people, that resonates. And that's what people needed to hear in order to buy. So, yeah, it's not going anywhere. But if you're just getting started and you don't understand everything, like it doesn't make any sense to choose the harder route in the very beginning unless you like the idea of branding it to yourself, unless you want to control the customer purchase data, right? Unless you want to handle more of the sales process. Some people want to do that, and that's fine. You will have more control over it, which can increase your conversions and your profit if you know what the heck you're doing, right? If you don't know what you're doing, it's not going to work. So,
Yeah.
maybe don't jump around, right? Don't get
Yeah.
the uninformed optimism. Don't get the
Exactly.
shiny object, because the window of just leveraging the buzz for one particular course is gone. Doesn't mean it doesn't work, but now you have to market.
Yep, 100%. And then that's the thing though, like it's not gonna get saturated. The business model is gonna live on, right? It's gonna happen for many years. But what I see happening is you're gonna saturate your own audience talking about master resale rights. And that's what I see clearly happening just
Interesting.
because I've been doing this for a long time and I had multiple social media accounts. Okay. And I had 100,000 followers in most of them. So it's just like I understand where the saturation for your own audience is gonna happen because at some point you're gonna just talk about master resale rights and the opportunity, but that's just it. There's no a company like Amazon or those big brand companies that do master resale rights. So it's just like at some point you're gonna stop creating valuable content just because of this one-sided business model that it kind of feels like one-sided because it's just like you make the sale and that's it. You get me? But
That's
then
a
with
pretty
affiliate
that's a
marketing, there's so go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a pretty good insight, and I hadn't thought about it that exact way. But it is interesting you say that, because I want to give an example from my business. You talk about your audience saturation, not from the market, but from what your messaging is. And that's something that I continuously evaluate and combat. And what I mean by that is, okay, here's these people who've been in my audience and I need a new opportunity. So let's talk about this MRR for 3 to 5 months. Now, what am I doing now? Well, I'm actively recreating my 90-minute affiliate challenge, my free course. Why? Because it's going to give them a different angle. It's still going to be valuable information that are going to take beginners and show them how to do affiliate marketing, but now it's a little bit different angle. It's more in tune with where the market is, right? The market's becoming more educated thanks to the way the TikTok algorithm works. You don't have to take it upon yourself anymore to actively search for affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is slammed down your throat because of the discovery algorithms. So I'm tweaking the 90-minute affiliate challenge so the messaging is more in line with where the market's at, right? I start this Amazon influencer thing. I'm super excited about it. Yeah, I want to make the $3, 4, $5,000 a month, hopefully, just from the passive income. But now this is also a new opportunity, still in the affiliate marketing space, that I can offer my audience, right? Now I'm probably not going to create a course on this, but it's value that I deliver. I can send an email that says, here's the 3 steps that I took. Here's the 3 things I did wrong, right? Even if I'm not selling anything directly, it's still value. And now it's like, oh yeah, this Brian is an authority guy. Maybe I should go check out his 90-minute affiliate challenge again or whatever, or see what is he offering. And that's going to get people back excited, re-engaged into my brand, and then hopefully buying more high ticket stuff.
Yeah. Yep. And then what's gonna happen after, those people are tired of talking about MRR? They're probably gonna find other products to promote,
Right.
and they're gonna go back to the old business model, which is affiliate marketing. You
A
get me?
hundred
So
percent. A
everything's
hundred
gonna it's
percent.
gonna be a cycle, and they're gonna come back.
Yeah. And that's exactly what happens. I mean, you're exactly right. And once you have the skills, then you can bounce around a little bit. But I bounce around between 2 years and 5 months, right? 5 months being on the short end, 2 years being on the long end. This is really the first update to my program in 18 months. So it's time. But for the 18 months prior, it's just head down, create the content, drive the traffic, right? Focus on that. If you're just getting started, you've got a long runway ahead of you in whatever you're promoting, right? If you decide to promote product A, you got the next 8 to 12 months for that to be a viable offer for your audience. Your audience isn't going to get saturated in 2 weeks. But then hopefully 8 to 10 months from now, you've made some sales, you've learned the frameworks, then you're more comfortable. And then when you bounce around, the next thing works right away. And that's why us experienced marketers can make everything work, right? And I know that's frustrating for the beginners because I hear this. It's like, he's promoting this and he made all this money. Now he's promoting that and he's made all this money. It's like, well, what the hell's going on? I've tried this, and this and haven't made any money. Why is it? And then that's when they get in that stage where they're like, I guess this just doesn't work for me. No, it works for you, but you're not doing it right. You got to learn how to do it right. And that's the beauty of it. Doesn't matter what you start with. Once you learn how to do it, you can do it with anything.
Yeah, you can. I mean, look at my wall. I have so many stuff. So it's like I for sure got people frustrated just because of the results I was getting. Because I did jump from program to program, but strategically, you
Mm-hmm.
get me? I was able to make money with every single program that I joined. And that's where people get confused. They try to emulate somebody that already knows what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And when they do that, they never get that far. They never get to the same level that someone that already knows how to do it is doing it. Another example is there's a lot of people using StanStore right now, and they're creating their own digital products. They have their main offer as the first offer, right? Which is the course that they started. Then they have 3 digital products that they have created, some guides that they sell for $20, $7, $49. And now a beginner is thinking, oh, I need to create my own guide now and sell it and create a stand store and have people, go through my little thing. So when those people are emulating what the top marketers are doing, it won't ever work because they already got to the point where they're doing something strategically. You get me? They're not even sending people to their email list. They're not even catching the data from the customers right away because that's what you have to do right away. All these people that make so much money promoting a course or a product and then creating the digital products, that's because they have the email list already. They do things differently. And then when you're a beginner and you see all the noise that is happening, you try to associate yourself with the same noise and you will never make it, honestly. If you have that mentality, if you're not focused, you will never make it in this business.
That's really interesting that you say that because that's probably the number one thing other than timing that prompted me to redo my free course for 2024. It was that I was in a coaching call with a new student and I don't do one-on-one, but I offer group coaching. And he started talking about his stand store. And it's like, oh no. You know what I mean? So the market has gotten educated a little bit more. But like you said, they're not doing the right thing. So lesson number one that I created for the free course, I mean, I'm not going to pull up the slide, but it talks about the importance of growing your email list, right? Doing affiliate marketing the right way. And that's what you don't see when you just look at like, here's person made $60,000 this month. They got a stand store. I need a stand store, right? No, you missed a whole bunch of steps. I don't have a stand store. You know what I mean? I'm not planning on using one. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, wait a second. maybe there's a different way to do it that's more beginner friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where people get confused, It's just confusion. That's all it is. Um, they just get so much information and they don't know if it's good or bad, right? And then when they come, they're so fixated. Another example is ManyChat.
Hmm.
Okay. Somebody that is barely creating an account on Instagram, for example, they have 100 followers and they're already looking at ManyChat to autom automate their business, And it's at that point, how are you going to automate it? You don't even know how to talk to somebody. You don't even know the objections that that person needs. But why are they so fixated in ManyChat? Because they see the top marketers using it, right?
Right.
But they don't really know how to speak with somebody. They don't even know how to make a sale. They don't even know the things that they can say, the things that they cannot say, the things that people are looking for, the objections. They don't have no idea how to speak with somebody. But then it's a beginner account and it's a beginner person as well. But they just see, like I said, the noise.
That's it. And that was one of the biggest lessons that I taught in my most recent coaching program that really resonated. You could almost see the light bulbs going off above their head. It was before you help 1,000 people, help one person, then help one more person. And it sounds like not as fun. It's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to create a piece of content and make $10,000. Well, first of all, if you're promoting a high ticket product that pays you a $500 or $1,000 commission, is that worth an hour of your time? I mean, I don't know how much you made in the restaurant industry, Andre, but I know I didn't make $1,000 an hour in the restaurant industry. So yeah, it's worth your time, but selfishly, right? Like beyond the money, beyond the connection that you create with that person who you took the time to help, right? First of all, I promise you, that person you took the time to help, the next time you offer something, they're going to buy it. But beyond that, you're going to learn the objections. You're going to learn more about what drew them in. And that's something we don't talk about a lot in the marketers world. It's like, yeah, we talk about objections and, you know, offer presentation, but what we don't talk about a lot is understanding why people get excited about something. We assume it's money and that's part of it, but it can be so much deeper. It can be why. It's like, I want to see my daughter. I want to spend time with my family. It's like you're going to learn all these reasons why, and that why drives everything. We talk about this before. If you understand your why, then it's going to be easy to stay motivated. Well, when you understand your customer avatar's why and their objections, then you could speak directly to that. Well, how do you learn that stuff? By talking to people. Help one person, then help another person. Then you're going to start to see patterns. And once you've helped 6 to 10 people, then you're going to realize, oh, it's all the same 3 or 4 things. Then you can automate. Then you can create better content. I mean, helping people, like that's why I almost feel bad charging for my coaching program, because I get more value out of it than anyone, because I'm teaching and learning. And it's like, oh, now I can put that into content that's going to resonate better with my audience, because I'm getting inside the conversation that's going on inside their head. They're going to be like, this guy understands me. I'm going to follow him. I'm going to go buy his stuff. So help one person first.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that for the coaching calls, because there's times in my coaching calls, there's more than 10 people in the room, in that Zoom room, and at some point, we start talking about mindset, and I just learn so much just by hearing them. You get me? Like it's just like so. It makes me feel so good just by listening to the mindset problems that they have, how to help them, how to get there, and it's just not me pitching in, right? They're so motivated that they all want to help each other out, and it's just an amazing community, honestly, that I have been able to build, because we're all there to have the same results. We're all there to help each other out. So it's not just me, honestly. Like there's times where I just stay quiet for a little while and I'm just listening, and everybody's just there for each other.
It's awesome. It's amazing what can happen when you get a group of like-minded people. I know that sounds cliche and whatever, but when you get a group of like-minded people in a room having a conversation, that's where the good stuff really happens. And it's not just coach driven, it's coach moderated, but it's really the user generated content. It's the people. It's like when you go to a mastermind or an event, like you see great information on the stage, but the cool stuff happens when you're sitting at the bar with the other marketers, or you're having dinner or something like that. And that's when the good stuff, that's when the life-changing stuff happens. But one thing I want to highlight to kind of touch on this as a final point, Andre, is we talk about skills, right? Doing things the right way. That ability to listen to someone, a target market, an avatar, a potential customer, whatever you want to call it, is a skill that you're going to need in the future as well. Because when you become successful and you've got all the followers, you've got all the authority, and you have the plaques and the rewards, it gets a little bit easier, but you also have to understand the customer and meet them where they're at. So if you don't know how to ask a customer, what are your objections? What are your concerns? Then you're going to lose touch with your demographic, with your audience, with your avatar, because you're going to be beyond that. And then you're not going to be a good, effective marketer anymore. It's like one of the videos that I saw do really well on TikTok recently was, are you stuck in 200 view jail, right? Have you seen these videos on TikTok? And then they give traffic tip. Okay, well, I've seen a lot of them. It's like the hook is, are you stuck in 200 view jail? Here's 3 things that you need to do in order to get beyond that, right? And these videos are just going crazy. So these are coming from a person who is not stuck in 200 view jail. But how do they know that's a thing? Well, they're assessing the market. They're like, what are people's main concerns right now? We need to address them where they're at. We need to help them with where they're at. So I heard this on my coaching call. He's like, it's getting frustrating because I feel like I never get past 200 views. It's almost like I'm shadow banned. It's like, well, no, here's how you get around that. Here's what you need to be doing. Here's some goals that you need to tick off. And I think Paul, was he episode 58 or 59? He talked about that. It's like, how do you get out of this prison where you're only getting 200 views on TikTok? Well, here's what you can do to bring a more loyal audience in, which will help boost you out of that 200 view jail. But once again, the point of this whole thing is the experienced marketers, you need to learn that by listening to your customers. So when you're just getting started, talk to your customers or your potential customers. It'll be easier to make the sale. If it's high ticket, that's a huge win, and you're going to learn so much from it.
And it's just have a conversation with somebody. Just listen, have a conversation, ask questions, and just go from there. Because in the beginning, you're not going to know how to talk to those clients, those leads. You're not going to know. So don't try to automate it right away. Talk to them, see where they're coming from, see what they want to accomplish, and then you can automate it in the future. But for now, just learn. Focus on learning. Focus on bettering your skills, because that's what it is. That's what's important at first.
Yeah. And once you have that skill, then once again, then you can apply it to any program, because when you build an email list, you consistently serve the same avatar, right? Like if you're attracting people for affiliate marketing, what are the benefits of affiliate marketing, right? You can get started quickly. You don't have to create a product, so on and so forth. Okay. Now we know what our email list wants. Now we can reframe a new offer and it becomes a new opportunity, but we already know how to speak to them because they're on our email list. We know how they got there, right? And we can resonate with them and give them, once again, just kind of meet them where they're at. It's like, here, this was my concern about this. I needed a new thing, so I found this. You know it's going to work for them. And that's how you become like Andre and start racking up plaques. You had to paint your walls, just put plaques up.
Just put plaques up. Yeah. I apologize to everybody for for frustrating people jumping and following me from program to program. But it is what it is, right? Like, honestly, I did everything strategically from the beginning, right? It was hard leaving the program that was making me so much money. That was so difficult for me. I was like, I can't let go. There's no way I'm gonna let go, but I did, right? So it's just a process. It's a process that you're gonna get to, and then if you do things right, if you apply the skills that you learn with every single mentor that you ever had, you'll be successful with this business. And if you listen,
And that's the benefit of listening to this podcast is it's unfiltered. Like, we're not telling you what we need to tell you in order to get you to go buy something. We're telling you what works and what we do. And when you can start listening to these things and reading between the lines, and then, of course, implementing what you learn, hopefully, right? That's how you
Yeah.
become a better marketer. I mean, that's how I got over the hump. You know, learning from courses or trainings or blogs or whatever, that got me to like $3,000 to $5,000 a month. But having this basic skills and then watching people like Alex Becker and then figuring out what they were doing, why they were doing it, not just, oh, now they're promoting this, but why are they promoting this, or why are they selling this, or why is he shifting this market? That's when you really, I mean, that's what got me from 3 to 5 to 30 to 50. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I see what the game is here now. And that's why I think I love this podcast so much, is because you never know what you're going to get out of it. But if you get one light bulb moment, it was worth your time, because that one light bulb moment could be worth tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. And once again, I don't know how much you made in the restaurant industry, Andre, but I didn't make $100,000 an hour.
Yeah, there's no way. And then actually I see the potential that we're giving people, because if when you go over on YouTube, almost every video has a comment saying, wow, this one thing really, I want to use this one thing. You get me? And that's all you need, honestly. I know this podcast is an hour long every episode, or at least an hour long, but all you need is just that one thing that is gonna click and utilize it. Doesn't mean you have to implement everything that we talk about, because we're experienced marketers now. We know what we're talking about. But if you just get that one thing, especially like us, we go to marketing events and we are just looking for that one thing. And that one thing is we implement it, and it's gonna change our whole business, basically, our whole marketing business.
I mean, this is something I talk about a lot. You know, I go to ClickFunnels Funnel Hacking Live. I'm there for 3, 4, 5 days. I got to book a flight and book a hotel room and pay for all my meals and be away from my family for 4 or 5 days. And it's great. And I have a great time. But you're right. I'm only there looking for one thing, one little nugget. So I go spend 3 to 5 days looking for one nugget. Well, if you could spend an hour looking for one nugget, I mean, that's a pretty good use of time. Plus, if you go over to YouTube, watch us on YouTube, you can probably do it on the podcast as well. Listen to us at 1.5 times speed. Listen to us at 2 times speed, right? Like,
Yeah.
breeze right through it. Then when you see that nugget present itself, slow it down, watch it again, be like, oh, and then of course implement it. Right? That's the big one.
Yep. 100%. Well, honestly, I chugged the coffee right before this podcast because I was so tired, and I got my blood pumping, and it got me excited. So I was super motivated to to keep going.
Yeah, I think it was.
But
I
yeah,
think it was a good episode. You know, if you're into that influencer thing we talked about, go ahead and check out episode 60. Right, 60 of the Evolve Marketing Podcast. You'll get to meet the creators of that opportunity. You know, they're helping people get approved, which is honestly the hardest part. Once you're approved,
yeah,
we already talked about how stupid simple it is. It'll live there for life, and it's just or at least the foreseeable future, and it's just a really good opportunity. So go ahead and check that out. And I guess that's it, right?
yeah. And then also they have a great community as well. So if you go to the description of that episode, you're able to join their ecosystem, and then you're gonna have the help that you need if you want to become an Amazon influencer. I think it's a great opportunity, especially, we're all looking for more ways to make money, right? So that's gonna be a great way for you guys to get your blood going.
Yeah, get some of that just to see some money coming in, right? Like that's when we were
Exactly.
on that episode, that's what they asked us at the end. It's like, well, what did you need? And I thought back to what I needed as a beginner. I just needed validation and a little confidence boost. And I tell you, man, after going through the process myself, getting approved in what was it, 5 days, and then now realizing how easy it is to create videos. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. So go ahead and check it out. Thanks to everyone who tuned into this episode of the Evolve Marketing Podcast. And yeah, I guess we can officially say welcome to 2024, right? Because this is going live
Yep.
in
Yeah.
2024. So I hope it's an amazing year. I hope you do amazing things. I hope you come see us again in 2024. We'll see everybody on the next
Yeah.
episode.
Keep tuning in, because we're gonna keep going. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.